Patriots have to win this weekend. They will win this weekend. And frankly, I don't care if they do it with Drake May throwing for 100 yards and 2 picks and just running the whole time. I don't care about his development right now. I don't. I, like the both of you, and especially you, Mike, and like any other rational person following this team right now, I just want them to stop sucking. Stop sucking. I don't want to have to be doing this pregame in December to a half-empty stadium in a rainy, cold hell. Like, you got to win. Just be in contention. Be better. Be around 500. Stop sucking. And I think they can and will, because this Dolphins team, they're getting them at the right time. They're in turmoil. I don't care about their players-only offense meeting they had the other day. They're in full mutiny mode. I think they're ready to go full mutiny and get the coach out of there. I think the quarterback is sick of the coach. I think they're sick of the coach, this Mike McDaniel. What did Rex Ryan call him the other day? Nerd boy? Yeah, that's
nerd boy.
And if you look at the numbers, it's probably not good for the Patriots under McDaniel. Dolphins 20-7 against teams that are under 500. They can only beat suck teams like the Patriots. The Patriots have never beaten Tua and Hawaiian Tebow. Like, it's not great. But they've gone from scoring 70 points a game like they did a couple of seasons ago, the hottest offense in the NFL. This is the new guy, and I initially liked Mike McDaniel, to getting 43 yards and a half against the Colts. Like, that team, if you watched any national NFL stuff this week, the Colts, the Dolphins were the biggest embarrassment in the league last week, outside of maybe the Panthers. And what's changed? It's all the same crap. It's the same head coach. Tua is still there. Same running backs. Same wide receivers. And most importantly, the same plays. In 4 seasons, Mike McDaniel hasn't shown the ability to do anything different. I think everyone's kind of figured it out. So he can't get the plays in on time. This whole thing's a mess. The point is, they're winning this game on Sunday. If I have to will it to happen, I have to make some sort of deal with the devil collectively. They have to win this game on Sunday. This Dolphins team is teetering. Push them. Get your first win of the season in Miami.
Okay, plenty of Patriots-Dolphins talk today if you wanted it. 617-779-0985. Mazz.
Okay, so as everyone knows, the Yankees are in town tonight. The Red Sox open a weekend series with New York. The teams are separated by a mere half game in the wild card race, and just behind the Red Sox, only a couple games behind, is the Astros. The Blue Jays are a little bit in front of the Yankees, so the division's in play. The wild card's in play. The Astros are fighting for their playoff lives. The Mariners might end up with a home series, as it turns out, because they're going to pass Houston in the division.
They're coming.
Yes. And even the San Francisco Giants are back in the race because the New York Mets have been nosediving. You know what time of year it is in baseball, Mike?
It's pennant race time.
And down the stretch they come. Here we go. This is when it gets good. Do you remember what this is like? 2021 at the bare minimum, this is what it's like. Every single game makes a difference. Every person nip and tuck, or every team nip and tuck for those final spots, jockeying for position to get in. And make no mistake, in the American League, it's open. The whole thing is open. The Red Sox can not only get into the playoffs, they could win the league and get to the World Series. I don't know that there is a clear dominant team in all of baseball, let alone in the American League. So the sucky part is that the game tonight's on Apple TV and you can't watch it unless you have Apple TV. But you're going to get pretty good drama here throughout the sport and here in Boston over the next 15 days. This weekend and the 2 weeks that will then fill out the regular season, it's good stuff. The Red Sox are throwing their 3 best pitchers this weekend. The Yankees really aren't. And there's an opportunity here for them to really make some noise and get back in the picture.
Okay, as we brought up yesterday, I think an interesting thing to look at is how much they're going to invest in winning these games. How much do you think they will invest in winning these games? Or do they say, we're already in and we're going to make sure our pitchers are rested for the postseason? They're really rested for next year and beyond because that's what we really care about. Or are we going to sell out to win these games and get home field and or the division? What do you think they're going to do?
I think they are going to go just for home field. Is what I think. Now, again, we'll see what happens with the division. If something crazy happens, I don't think they're going to extend themselves for it. No, I think that would require potentially making yourself vulnerable in the first round of the playoffs, and I don't think they'll do that.
Should they?
Sure.
Yeah, they're tied with Toronto Sunday, last game of the year. I'm just making this up.
Yeah.
They're tied with Toronto, last game of the year. Crochet is on regular rest. You pitch him on Sunday to win the division, risking the fact that you win, Toronto wins, you lose the tiebreak, okay? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if there's a bye at stake.
And the bye's at stake, yes.
Yeah, if the bye's at stake, you've got to go for it.
Do you think they will?
No.
I don't either.
I don't.
And
no.
they're not worried about home field. They're worried about 2028.
And I'll tell you what. I'll tell you another reason why they should do it if it presents itself. What if Roman Anthony's ready to play by those extra 5 days? What if those extra 5 days you can get Roman Anthony back and you start in the division series with Roman Anthony in your lineup as opposed to playing the wild card series without him? You're telling me that doesn't make a difference? It makes a difference in my thinking. I just think it's it gets fun now. It's been so freaking long since they played 2 weeks at the end of the season like this. It's been 5 years or 4 years. It feels like 10. So to me, this is the whole thing, man. This is what you grind through the regular season for.
617-779-0985. Plenty of Red Sox Yankees talk if you want it. Unfortunately for you, you're probably going to get a Packer minute or two today off of last night's game. And not just off of last night's game. Some things to glean by how the Packers went about their quote-unquote rebuild, or how they transitioned from their franchise quarterback, and how other teams transition from their franchise quarterback, or how they try and find their franchise quarterback. I think this is sort of back on the table given where they are and given where, well, frankly, you are. So I think that's a good time to revisit that discussion. Also, Micah Parsons being there and what he's done to that team. I can say I'm definitely pleasantly surprised. I was worried it might be the other thing, but I think he's brought something there that I didn't think was a guarantee, but he certainly brought it there. Tom Brady had some really interesting comments, I think, really back to that first thing about quarterback development and the role of development and coaching when it comes to your quarterback and all of that we're going to get to. Brady with Colin Cowherd had some great comments that we're going to circle back to. So this is all kind of a big tease. This is coming. Joey in Brookline. Go ahead, Joey.
Hey, how are you both doing? So I actually live in Miami now. Obviously, I'm going to the game on Sunday. And just one thing that I wanted to point out to Jim Murray that I agree with, the rumors down here with all the beat guys is essentially if McDaniel doesn't win this game, it's his job. And also the other thing is that everyone seems to think Greer made some deal with the devil or has some dirt on Ross, and that's why he still has his job. The whole thing is a mess. The roster, everything it's such a mess here with this that everybody here who pretty much shoes in that Miami is going to, the Miami always has this game is there's no way we're winning this. So if we lose this is probably the worst loss to the Dolphins that I can remember since that epic failure back when they had, the whole return thing. It would be pretty catastrophic is what I'm trying to say.
So Miami's teetering, but the flip side to that is that they're teetering and they're going to treat it like it's their season. So there's two ways that could go.
Yeah.
Right. That's what worries me.
But he's right. I mean, if you do read, Armando Salguero, those that do cover the team, it feels like they're making it sound like it's leaning the other way. Like the team has gone full mutiny on McDaniel. They're ready to see him out of there. And it feels like if they do lose this game, start 0-2, a team that they have seemingly always beaten since Tua took over as quarterback, he's going to be out. And Anthony Weaver would be bumped up as the new head coach.
I am always fascinated by situations like this to see which way a team goes.
Yep.
Because what outweighs the other? Some pride, some self-respect, some competitiveness. That you go down 0-2, there's a 95% chance you're not going to make the playoffs, or 90% based on the data. Okay, 90%. So you're going to let that happen and potentially give that up because you can get your coach fired later on down the line if you really want to. That's always in play.
But
or do you hate him so much and you've tuned him out so much that you say, F it.
If you look at it as we're only 2 weeks in, we still could turn this thing around, but with some new leadership, because I'm sick of hearing this geek, let's lose. Let's lay down this week.
I mean,
spitefully.
You better hope it's that thing.
Yeah. I think it is. I tend to believe that it is.
And not the other thing. Because if they really decide to play, they are better than you.
They are better.
They're at home. And
he alluded to it. Just the interesting thing I've seen, at least, you got to take it with a grain of salt because it's the internet and Reddit threads and Dolphins Twitter. But Dolphins Twitter and fans believe that the reason they haven't fired Chris Greer is that the Brian Flores lawsuit is still continuing. He's got dirt on the owner, like the caller alluded to. And it's like, well, if you fire me, I'm going to spill the beans, and I'm going to tell the league and let everyone know what really happened here between the organization and Brian Flores.
Wow, is that serious?
Yeah, I mean that's what people believe.
What a freaking mess!
Oh,
At least
boy.
Dolphins fans, I mean.
Well, hopefully that's for real, for you, for the Patriots' sake, for our sake.